We're live. I'd like to welcome everyone tonight. Welcome to the Elkins City Council meeting. We're going to start with the invocation, which will be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. If you would, please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and all the blessings you've given us. We thank you for providing us the opportunity to serve the citizens of Elkins. We ask that you guide us in our decision making as we strive to help our community grow. We also ask that you watch and guide our country's leaders. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will now call the Elkins City Council meeting to order and ask our clerk to take roll, please.
Councilor Ross Friganera.
Here.
Carroll is absent. Councilor Chenoweth. Here. Councilor Hinchman is absent. Councilor Kearns is absent. Councilor Lowther.
Here.
Councilor Pliszka is absent. Councilor Severino.
Here.
Councilor Thompson.
Here.
Councilor Woods.
Here.
6 present. You have a quorum.
Barely, but yes. There is no one that has signed up for public comment, but I'm going to make one myself. Just asking everybody to keep our sister cities in their prayers right now. Buchanan and Weston, as you well know, got hammered Tuesday night. I want to thank our employees for going out and doing everything they can to lighten the load for them. We were very fortunate that we didn't get hit here as hard as they did. I came through yesterday afternoon and it's bad. I mean, it's really, really bad. They'll be in the cleanup phase for quite some time. I know we've had 5 different departments go out. We've had the fire department and the police department go out immediately. Operations has been over there. Wastewater and the water departments have been there. So thank you to our employees, and they're still trying to keep things working in the city of Elkins as well. So I'm asking the public, do me a favor, please be patient with us because we're trying to help our neighbors, which is the right thing to do. And I'm going to put this out there, and it may not be popular for people when I say this. It shouldn't take a catastrophe for us to work together and not care what damn party you are. I'm just going to put it out there. So the fact that we're working together as Americans, as West Virginians, but most importantly as human beings. So we're doing the right thing and nobody cares what party you are right now, and that's the way it should be. So it may not be popular, but that's my opinion. I'm gonna put it out there for everyone. So that's my only public comment. So moving down to the minutes portion, I will entertain a motion to accept the meeting of July 9th as submitted. We have a motion. Any questions or comments? If none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay.
Is an opening.
Under your correspondence, you have the mayor's proclamations, you have the approved event request, you have the building officer's report, and the fire and police pin out if you want to. We are going to move things around a little bit before we get into the council reports. We're actually going to go down to new business. We have somebody here, Ms. Amy, is going to give a presentation for us or speak a little bit. So we're going to get you up here so you don't have to sit all the boring stuff tonight.
We have the ordinance in front of us, ordinance 352, that is requesting the first reading. Do you want me to do the reading?
I'll do the reading, and then, like I said, I can tell an attorney wrote this.
Just the title, right?
Yeah, just the title alone.
So.
Ordinance 352, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Elkins, West Virginia, approving the formation of a joint development entity with the Randolph County Development Authority to be known as Elkins Development LLC, approving the articles of organization of Elkins Development LLC, approving operating agreement for the Elkins Development LLC, and providing for other matters in connection therewith. This is the first of 2 readings, so I get to do it again. Yeah. I will entertain a motion. So moved. We have a motion, and now we'll let you explain some things.
So what this is this is requesting the approval of a joint development entity, which is basically a special economic development tool that is created by statute here in West Virginia that facilitates governmental entities getting access to certain financings and certain incentives. And so what we would do is you can't own it outright. That's one of the caveats for statute is you've got to own it with either another municipality or a county or a development authority. And so we are working with Randolph County Development Authority to co-own this entity. However, I want to emphasize that this entity is a City of Elkins development entity. City of Elkins is going to own 99% of the entity. It'll be 1% by Randolph County Development Authority. There can't be any transfers of membership without approval of the City of Elkins. It's going to be a manager-managed, it's gonna be a manager-managed, joint development entity. We're gonna form it as an LLC. We are putting the city attorney as that manager. All decisions have to be made by the manager, and everything requires majority consent, which means everything will go through City of Elkins and be controlled by City of Elkins.
Are there any questions? What she said.
Oh, Amy, would you mention the one thing, I think I emphasized it the last meeting, wanted to, that this, what we're doing here about the historic tax credit is separate and apart from the financing, and that although they're going to both be done with regard to the improvements at City Hall, one's not contingent on the other.
That is correct. This one is, we're doing this specifically, trying to get the benefit of the historic tax credit program, which will allow you to offset certain of your costs associated with rehabilitation of City Hall.
And I think Jerry put it best at the last meeting, not doing this is kind of leaving money on the table, at least not trying this. So, and I think to do our due diligence, we probably should proceed, in my opinion. Any other questions? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you all.
Okay, thank you for entertaining me and allowing me to adjust the schedule for the agenda briefly.
I'm sorry, who moved the?
Rob, I think.
And Rob, don't take offense to the attorney comment, please.
Oh, no. I'm used to it.
I know. Down to council reports, we'll start with Councilor Chenoweth.
Finance Committee, there was no report because there was no meeting this month.
Okay. Councilor Pushka.
No report.
Councilor Rossberg.
The rules and ordinance will be back on track starting in August, so we'll have our regularly scheduled meetings.
Thank you. Councilor Woods.
No report.
Thank you. Councilor Severino.
No report.
Thank you. Councilor Lowther.
Municipal Properties met last week, right? Yeah,
Yes.
last week.
Yes.
At Ellis Avenue, a site briefing. It's been an ongoing item and will be an ongoing item. Do an extension of Ellis Avenue, be about 250 feet. We met with Cody
Cody Winter of Thrasher Engineering.
and he walked us through what needed to be done and gave us a pretty good explanation of what needed to be done. Property owners were there as well. Per the pictures that Mike has from Sean, it's going to be a challenge to do an extension. I think
It is,
it's going to be a challenge.
An
whatever
expense.
we would have had in there Tuesday night would be gone.
Oh,
I was going to ask,
Gosh,
mean,
I was
based on the
thinking
storm
about
we had
that.
Tuesday,
Based on the storm we got Tuesday night, whatever we would have put in there would be gone.
we're washed away.
There's,
Absolutely.
It had been in that acreage.
It is, yeah, we'd have been going down, scooping it out, bringing it back up.
so just ongoing conversation about an extension on Ellis Avenue. And then Parks met last Wednesday. It was a long meeting.
Yeah, it was.
About 3 hours long.
What?
One of the longest Parks meetings I think I've ever sat through. Park safety was a big topic last week. So I think there's
I think it was a good discussion. Very good discussion.
we had a really good discussion on what needs to change and what needs to happen. So other than that, that's all I have.
Thank you.
I'd like to just from the tree board extend a thank you to, I guess, is it Mountain State Machines
State
or
machines.
for how well they parked and took care of the city park and getting out before there could have potentially been any compaction. They did a super job.
Well, they're very happy to
Thank
be
you.
back in the park, so they didn't want to ruin that relationship. I mean, they were fantastic.
Yeah.
You looked around the park, there was no litter,
No.
trash, nothing. I mean, they did a fantastic job, and we're very appreciative of that. So,
Yeah, and no trees were harmed.
and like I said, the cars are both trees, so. Okay, Councilor Thompson.
Personnel met on July 6th, and the main thing that you'll see on here on the docket tonight is the resolution for 1939 approving and authorizing an agreement with Align HR for an updated classification and compensation plan. It's been something we've been talking about and wanting to address for over, a year now. We've been wanting to have something in place. So this is the first step to get that, moving forward. We also had a discussion to be starting working on longevity pay, what it currently looks like for our employees. So that should be coming down the pike soon. And also we've got a NeoGov update, that's rolling out with the modules right now. So that seems to be going pretty well. Our next meeting will be August 3rd at 1:00 here.
In August, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're still in August.
Okay.
yes.
All right. That's it.
All right, thank you. Okay, moving down to the officer reports, we'll start with our city treasurer, Ms. Judy.
Good evening. Some of the things that you have in your packet, I'll call attention to the purchasing card rebates. We received our second quarter rebate of $4,560.62. In the reports, you also have the fire and police annual pension reports, which is required to be presented to City Council by state code. And when you get to the state budget revision, the general fund, I'll be happy to talk about that a little bit more. But other than that, it's business as usual.
Are there any questions for Tracy tonight? If not, thank you. Okay, our operations manager, Mr. Kessinger.
Good evening. Thank you, Mayor. On the code enforcement side of things, the email came out today that the application process and the funding is going to start in August. I think the deadline for all that paperwork is August 31st. Jesse's well aware of that. She's already on top of that. So again, I stress to any of you all, if you see properties that you think might qualify to be on the list or you want us to look into it, email us so we can do that. The last structure of this cycle be complete next week, thinking. And once that's complete, she will close out all the funding of the current cycle we're in. So that is a successful program. Jesse does a tremendous job overseeing that and working with all the entities involved to make sure we stay on the good side of them and continue to get these monies.
Mike, can I add something there?
Absolutely.
Follow up to echo what you said. I'm going to ask a favor again. If you do me a favor, drive around the town and try to find properties, because Jesse wears a lot of hats and can't be everywhere.
Right.
So if you know of properties, please go look in your wards, go look throughout the town. If you find properties that might or might not be in there, let her assess them if nothing else.
Absolutely.
It just helps her out. And so she does a tremendous job. And Jerry Roberts is right there with the checklist of making sure we do it by the book.
Absolutely.
And John King loves us because of that. So
we have a very good relationship.
we have a great rapport with them.
And Gary plays a key role in that as well. So
What is the last house?
I don't have that address
Okay.
on this report.
It's
It's
the
on
one over in
College?
South Elkins.
Yeah.
Ward Avenue.
Ward Avenue, I can't remember the
Thank you.
street address, the
Yes.
street address. It's on
Okay.
Ward Avenue. You're going towards, the elementary school. It's on the left side of Ward Avenue,
Okay.
not where the Mary's Greenhouse side, the other side.
'Cause I just didn't want to suggest one that was already slated for demolition.
Well, the
She
list,
has a list.
she's got
Okay.
a
She'll
list.
provide a list.
Ran out of money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have some remaining properties that will go into
Right.
this new funding cycle.
Oh,
But if there are other properties as well, and then what we can also do is try to prioritize which ones are worse,
right.
which ones may need, the attention first. So
Okay.
It also
Yeah,
allows
just-
us to bundle some of the packages as well to
Absolutely.
get a more bang for our
Absolutely.
buck.
a lot of times, a contractor will bid on a bundle quicker than he will one
Right.
solid
You guys have
structure.
actually been very successful with that, so I appreciate it.
Very, yeah, we try to make it a package deal so it's more enticing to the contractor.
Can you send out the list that you already
Yeah,
have?
we can do
Thank
that.
you. 'Cause
Absolutely,
I think I've already whined about some already, but
absolutely.
Thank
I will
you.
make sure we get that out to you.
super thanks.
The roof here at Phil Gaynor Center, they are, they're doing all the cutting of the material on site. And because the machine that they need, there was a delay with the machine, they will be here the first week of August and have it done. So they're still moving in to do the job. They were hoping the third week of July, but it has been pushed to the first week of August, just so the machine will be here so they can roll out the metal, cut it right on site, and put it on top of the building. So we're fine there. It'll be done well in advance of the Forest Festival for any type of activities that need to take place here. Sanitation Department, normal operations for that crew. They continue to do a great job. We had to go out, street department had to go out with them and clean up some streets so they could get the trucks out in certain areas of town after the storm, but they're doing just fine. Street department has been busy. They continue to do blacktop patchwork throughout the city. They're cleaning storm drains and catch basins. Storm cleanup took place yesterday and early this morning still. They're replacing signs that are damaged or faded. We did send 2 of our large dump trucks to Buchanan today with some staff to help in the cleanup efforts down there. And we'll continue to do that as much as we can. And we're happy to report that one of our employees passed his CDL exam and now has his CDL license. So we've got guys that are training and advancing themselves, and it's really helps our department. You know, when guys are on vacation or for guys pulled off to do something else, we still have guys that can jump in with their CDL license. So that's really, it's a big deal, and you know, really happy for that department.
Use Michaela too if you need to.
That's exactly right. That's exactly. We have not ruled that out. City Hall update. We had a progress meeting on yesterday, and the concrete ramp and steps are complete outside. They've been sealed. Looks really good. I didn't realize how lacking we were with an ADA compliant ramp until I see an official ADA compliant ramp now. It's amazing how nice it looks. The ceiling and walls in stairwell C, which is the back stairwell that you enter if you're going to come up the back of the building and go to the second floor from there or on up to the third floor, complete. I walked in there the other morning and it's bright. The walls are bright white. It's got the drop ceiling in it like this with nice lights. It actually feels like a very welcoming place right now. Now there's a lot of dirt on the floor, but the walls and ceiling look amazing, and they are redoing all the handrails now as well. So that's a good thing. Otis Elevator has been on site. I stay out of their way because they have open elevator shaft, and I don't want any parts of that. But they're working continuously. We did have one small hiccup, but it's nothing major. It'll be taken care of next Wednesday. AV room behind council chambers where we're going to put some of our audiovisual equipment. We did discover one more piece of asbestos that needs to be taken out. So they're coming Wednesday. We've already contacted the company. They'll be on site Wednesday morning. Said within 3 to 4 hours, we'll have it out of their way and be done. So it's nothing that's going to delay us. We can continue to work. It's just that room, we're jumping out of that room and moving to another room until next Wednesday. As Amy said when she was here, I do appreciate the vote on that. And Mayor, just to reiterate what you said, anything, $10 is better than no dollars. And it's going to be far more than that, obviously. But we're doing the right thing by the citizens, and we're doing the right thing by our employees, making sure we try to save as much money on this project as possible. So I do appreciate it.
We know we're getting nothing. So that's reality.
You know, if you don't ask, the answer is always no.
Exactly.
So, we're really pleased, and Amy and Jerry, I can't thank you enough for your input and all the conversations you had with Amy to make a very complex issue slightly less complex. It's still way too complex for my whole understanding, but thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And just to touch base a little bit more, Chris, on what you said about the end of Ellis Avenue. When the engineer was there, he did talk about to do it properly, 250 feet long, and we would have to dig it out at least 5 feet deep. So we're looking at quite a task to extend that road when we already know we have severe stormwater runoff in that area. So something that we definitely need to discuss in detail at the next municipal property meeting. Other than that, that is my report for the evening. If anyone has any questions, I'd be glad to answer them.
I know you said earlier, Mike, that if we had put something in, it would have been washed away, but what would that have done to the surrounding area?
That's exactly right.
So we don't know, because I know
That's something we don't know.
That area got hit hard anyway,
Yeah.
so would that have contributed even more water?
It's quite possible. And that's the last thing we want to do, is have someone call and say, I had 6 inches of water in my yard before you did this. Now I got 12 inches of water in my yard. We want to avoid that. So, and working with the engineers is allowing us to get some valuable information.
Yeah.
And on a good note, Diamond Street stayed really dry.
Yeah.
So we're very pleased with that.
Good.
We're very pleased with that. But that's all I have. Thank you.
Was there any effect? I know I received an alert about a water break on, was it Fourth and?
Fourth and Railroad, yes.
Yeah, did that affect City Hall at all? Or?
No.
No,
Okay, great.
no,
That was my first.
It was by the American Legion. It
Okay.
was back in the intersection there, so.
I was like,
no,
no.
no, no.
Okay.
No,
All right,
it didn't
good.
affect us at all.
I mean, not good, but
No, the
okay.
Port Water Department was in Buchanan helping
Yeah.
place lines over there, and then I had to call back and say, we have a break here. They had to send part of the team back over here to repair that one because it was coming up on the road in 2 different locations. So they dug in last night and somebody stopped and said, this is inconvenient. I said, these guys are inconvenienced too because they want to be home with their family.
Yeah.
So be decent about it, please.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but they did a great job. I mean, they got it fixed as quickly as possible. Leon, thank you for pushing the information out to everyone too, by the way. So, and last night and then the entire week, obviously. So, any other questions for Mike? Now to discuss everything HR.
One thing I have is the 2 resolutions that we'll discuss later, 1937 and 1939. I'm happy to get any questions when we get to those.
Okay, thank you. Our chief wastewater operator, Ms. Hines.
Well, the things I have to speak about seem of little importance after going to Buchanan today. The devastation is heartbreaking. So we will continue to go over there as needed. We took our back truck over today. That was a godsend to that community, and we will continue to go over there when needed. But on our side, we miraculously, I don't know how, we lost no solids. Our clarifiers were within range. Of course, our CSO discharges for discharging with 3 inches of rain. And they will continue to discharge over the 3 to 4 days as the levels go down. But no damage on our side. We had minimal call outs. Guys took care of those appropriately and got it taken care of. We did have a dry weather discharge on the 8th of July. That was due to the power outage. We have 5 locations that do not have standby generators. We've been looking numerous years to try to get grant funding for that. We do have portables, but by the time we got the portables there, they were already discharging, and then we hooked them up and the power came back on. So,
Thank you.
But in that hindsight, we did purchase a generator, 155 kilowatt generator for Cherokee. But it takes 20 weeks to get here, so right in the middle of December. But that's okay. We're designing the platform and we're going to do that install in house. So we also ordered a transfer switch for another 150 kilowatt station. So we're going to use a portable that we continuously have now, and we're going to hook that up so we'll have 2 sites out of 5 with standby generators. We're still continuously looking into grant funding to try to everything there, but we'll slowly get there. We are doing our MPDS permit. They're a 5-year cycle doing that. Our engineer resubmitted our long-term control plan draft today to the EPA and DEP. They issued an alternative plan that they were wanting, which was stormwater separation projects that we do in phases and a capture and treatment method. Of course, this plan is all just a plan, of course, and it's movable to what we want. So for example, a capture and treatment, you're looking at $55 million. So these projects are not cheap, and so that's just the project we're looking at. Hopefully we don't have to go that way. We can kind of do alternatives and do phases, but that's where we're at on all that.
Any questions for Whitney tonight? Okay, Fire Chief Hines.
Thank you, Mayor. Year-to-date call volume, we're at 364. Pretty busy the last couple of weeks. With a couple significant incidents. After Monday and responding to a plane landing on the 4-lane, I didn't think it was going to get any worse than that, but
Can't make it up.
no. As far as Tuesday, when Buchanan called and asked for help, we sent 4 personnel. 2 of the 4 were recently certified swiftwater rescue technicians. And we kept our boat here, not knowing if we were Bertha's next target. So I didn't want to take all the eggs out of the basket.
What have you guys trained within the past year? Chief?
Yeah. So I think a lot of people recognize the value of that weekend in Maryland. I won't get into a lot of the gory details, but I can tell you that our people probably did things Tuesday evening they never thought they would have to do in their wildest dreams. I'm kind of waiting for the dust to settle and get some more information and kind of compose a little more of a detailed report for everyone. Yeah, got a lot of feedback from the other agencies that they were working with, and very proud of the skill and professionalism that was displayed. However, I would expect nothing less. So, and some of I know I've shown Sutton and the mayor and a couple others some photographs, and some of my descriptions of the events probably aren't. This is not the time or the place to talk about it, but
Your attitude reflects leadership. That's what you're saying, Chief?
no. No.
Yes, it does. You set the bar high. We appreciate it.
No. But yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm real proud of them, and I know what a pincushion feels like, because that's how I felt for 7 hours waiting on them to come back. And having to sit there and listen to the radio the whole time. And there was Swiftwater teams from Fairmont, Farmington, Bridgeport, Charleston, Wheeling, Belington, our guys. And it's funny because Weston had issues. I don't know to what extent as far as rescues and life hazards and so on and so forth. Buchanan also had the same thing, and they're calling resources all coming from that direction. And it's like they got to Weston and couldn't get to Buchanan.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then they're taking alternate routes, and it was like downtown Buchanan was an island. You could not get there. So, and now and everything's happened on the peripheral. And I listened to Buchanan's fire chief, who was at Stony Run, trying to delegate and send people different places, and couldn't get to where he needed to be to do it effectively because he was stuck and surrounded at 20 and Stony Run. Just like, it's nuts. I'll shut up now. Pump testing is Monday.
Any questions for Steve? Thank you, Chief. Okay, for the Elkins Police Department, Captain Bell.
Last 2 weeks, we've had 257 calls of service, 11 vehicle accidents. There's been a slight increase in thefts going on the last couple of weeks. Had a few arrests on it, so hopefully that slows down.
We also had guys that took the MRAP over to Buchanan on Tuesday evening, poured out. They got it up and running, took it over, and actually were able to use it for rescue as well.
What did they use?
The MRAP, they take tactical.
Black Betty.
Oh, okay.
Black Betty.
Yeah.
I like that song, so that's why. Any questions, Ronnie? Okay, our city clerk, Mr. Stokes.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. Good to be back after my scheduled leave. Got back last Friday. Since returning, I've been jumping back into several ongoing initiatives that'll sound familiar. We do have the 5G solicitation open for engineering services for the downtown streetscape and riverfront projects. Statements of qualifications are due August 7th. and firm interviews and selection would be tentatively planned for September, with engineering to begin after that. And as you know, part of the funding for the engineering, it appears we'll be receiving state grant funds toward that. That'll be in this season. Those funds have been announced as available. And then this week we were invited to apply for the next round of that same kind of grant funding. That'll be due in early August. So just trying to think through, as you know, we're working with kind of a stack of possible funds for these projects, and it's a matter of picking and choosing which granting agency is better to work with for engineering as opposed to construction, or who has different requirements. So we're getting good advice from Clark at Woodlands and thinking that through. I'll keep you posted on those applications. We started work implementing the new SMARSH archiving program. The email side of that is pretty straightforward. Website and social media is pretty straightforward. Mobile phone stuff is a new thing for us. It'll be a new thing for employees. As I said before, I'll emphasize it's not just going to be a surprise all of a sudden. There'll be a whole city side of adopting some proposed policies and making sure everyone's notified of those policies before that system starts that work. Comprehensive plan adoption process continues to be underway. The next step is next Thursday at 4 p.m. at the Wood Tech RCDA building. Will be the official Planning Commission public hearing. As of this week, we're now planning for a new firefighters civil service hiring process with a test date of September 12th. Application period will be August 3rd to 21st.
21st, I think.
Yeah. And that'll obviously get pushed out through our usual channels. HR is working on an electronic application process for that, just like we've been using for police. So that'll make that a little more streamlined. Before we move on into tonight's business, I did want to recognize the passing of Richard Leitner. He passed away recently while still a serving member of the Elkins Building Commission, and he had also served as a poll worker in multiple city elections. But as many people in this room know, Richard devoted his actual career to education. I believe he started at what was then the Colton 12-year school. He also worked at Elkins Middle School, Elkins High School, maybe others. And I was looking at where his funeral home had posted an obituary with comments, or just reading through them, and I can confirm he seemed to be remembered by many different people as a teacher who genuinely cared for young people who entered his classroom, and who followed up with them later in life and continued to show his pride in his students. He was known for his kindness, generosity, and willingness to help others, and he was apparently also known for eating chicken noodle soup. On behalf of the city of Elkins, we're grateful for his service and extend our sincere condolences to his family and friends.
Thank you. Any questions for Sutton tonight? If not, our city attorney, Ms. Roberts.
I have nothing in particular, Mayor. The thing I thought might have some questions has already been passed, so what can I say? The municipal league meeting is coming up, and we always have a meeting of the attorneys throughout the state. I'm sure the council meeting after that, there'll be plenty to talk about, because generally what's going on somewhere else eventually filters here, or vice versa. So unless you've got some questions about something else, I don't think I have anything else to report.
All right, thank you. Any questions for Jerry? If not, we will go back to the approval of the vendor invoice payments. I will entertain a motion to accept the invoices as submitted. We had several motions. We have a motion. Any questions or comments? If none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. If opposed, nay. Motion carries. Back to new business again. Resolution 1937, approving fiscal year 2027 pay adjustment for eligible general, fire, and sanitation fund employees effective July 5th. I will entertain a motion to accept, please. We have a motion. Any questions or comments?
I did just want to point out there's a corrected paper version of the agenda. It had a previous agenda of the resolution. It had the old resolution number at the top before that's been corrected. But more importantly, it's effective July 5th, not
Okay.
July 1st, just because that's the beginning of the pay period. They always want to make things not straddle the turning of the pay period. And the schedule showing the actual new levels has been distributed in paper form.
For that spreadsheet, I hope to have it out to everyone yesterday. Unfortunately, I was over Buchanan and I did not have the resources to do so.
So any other questions or comments? If none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Resolution 1938, General Fund Budget Revision at FAO 2027-001-01, fiscal year 2026 carryover. I will entertain a motion to accept, please. We have a motion. This is a roll call vote, so I'll ask our clerk to take roll, please. I'm sorry, are there any questions or comments first?
I had a question, Tracy. I was just curious because it looks like we carried over significantly more than we were expecting, right?
We did. So in March, when we presented our budget to the auditor's office, we projected $686,183 is what we needed to have to make a balanced budget. Well, we have an additional $531,000 to that. So that is very good. Yes. And then it's broken down right now. In the treasurer's office, there's an additional $10,000 for health insurance changes that happened after budget adoption. In the court, there's $16,000 for a part-time court clerk. Custodial, another $10,000 for the health insurance changes again after budget adoption. City Hall, I'm putting $50,000 in there for capital outlay equipment, dues and subscriptions and contracted services, as we're going to need, and my office will need two new desks. The court needs all new furniture in there, so having that. And then 445, almost 446,000 in contingencies. So see if we need that moving forward. If not, it can always go into the financial stabilization account for anything upcoming or anything you all decide to do with it.
So based on our budget, how did we do so well? I'm glad we did. That's amazing.
Yeah, because I'm a very conservative.
Right.
Thinker, yeah. Everything that in trainings I've been to, they recommend you only don't budget any more than 85% of what you think you're going to get, just to keep from
To have a
having
cushion.
issues.
Good.
So,
Well,
and I will say, hotel tax has increased. B&Os have increased greatly. Now, will we sustain the B&Os? I'm not sure because there's been a lot of construction that's been going on. So once that leaves, I don't think will drop drastically, but I do anticipate some drop in that.
okay. Well, I commend you. Thank you.
But especially when you have folks in Charleston trying to get construction workers exempt from having to pay the B&O tax. So that's also valuable. So that's a topic that we're discussing that we're fighting. Just for awareness.
Thank you. Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Of course, I'm sure we probably have a construction business, which is why it's coming up. So we'll put it out there. Any other questions or comments? If none, I will ask Sutton to take roll call vote now. So,
Counselor Bros Friganera.
Yes.
Counselor Chenoweth.
Yes.
Counselor Lowry.
Yes.
Counselor Severino.
Yes.
Counselor Thompson.
Yes.
Counselor Woods.
Yes.
6 yeses.
thank you.
Thank you.
Passes. Resolution 1939, approving and authorizing execution of an agreement. It should be 7, right?
57. I apologize. I didn't realize Counselor Pushka was marked absent.
5 minutes later.
Counselor Pushka?
Yes.
All right. Now we're good. Okay. Now back to resolution 1939, approving and authorizing execution of an agreement with Elan HR to develop an updated classification and compensation plan. I would entertain a motion to accept, please.
So moved.
We have a motion. Any questions or comments? If none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Resolution 1940, acceptance of demonstration city grant on behalf of the Elkins Tree Board. I will entertain a motion to accept, please.
So moved.
I wonder where that motion was going to come from.
Good guess.
We have a motion. Any questions or comments? If none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Thank you.
F, interim structure for the police department. I will entertain a motion to go into executive session, probably. If you notice, I make that motion, correct?
I'll make a motion to go into executive session for what purpose?
They can talk to you, attorney about this.
Attorney-client privilege.
And he didn't hear, so. Can I do the last one? Sure.
Do that.
Okay. 40, and we will be entering an executive session. We good? Okay, it is 8:25 and we are back from executive session with no action taken.
Just look and see if there's any.
I will entertain a motion on the interim structure for the police department.
So moved. Oh, I'm sorry, wasn't listening. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was looking. They got me distracted, Mayor. I'm sorry. I propose a motion that until a chief of police is appointed by council and assumes office, the mayor shall directly exercise supervisory and administrative authority over the police department vested in the mayor by West Virginia Code 8-10-1 and 8-14-1 and recognized in 34.02 of the city code. The mayor shall directly oversee the administration and operations of the police department pending the appointment of a chief of police. Do I need a second, Derry?
No, they keep
Again,
Okay, it's one whole motion, okay. I also approve, I move that we approve a temporary adjustment to the base salary of Captain Ronald Belt, effective until a newly appointed chief of police assumes office.
Okay, are there any questions or comments? If none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Okay, mayor's comments. I kind of made most of them at the beginning of the agenda. I will add, this council probably should take some pride in the work that we're doing. 2 weeks ago, we had Senator Justice visiting Elkins. Last week, we had Governor Morrissey. So people are noticing the work that we're doing in Elkins, and they're visiting and they're talking very highly, and they're excited about what's on the horizon. So take some pride, do me a favor, continue the hard work, keep pushing forward. And I will say thank you to all the employees in the city, because without them, we can't do any of this. So I want to include them all. And I have been in constant contact with Mayor Skinner, Mayor Harrison /Edwards, and they are very appreciative of the efforts and the support that we're giving them. So once again, keep them in your prayers and be patient. Like I said, it's a long cleanup process. And as Whitney said earlier before she left, we need to do what we can to help them. They would do the same for us, so it's the right thing to do. And with that, I will say meeting adjourned.